Hi, my name is Blake Blanco, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything that you will need to get started monotyping. Monotype printmaking is a very unique form of printmaking. Most forms of printmaking like etching, linoleum printmaking, or woodblock involves carving out the surface of a material, the copper, engraving into that, and then adding ink to the top of it, and then transferring your image that way. With the copper sheet, you'll etch into it, ink it, wipe the excess ink away, and then the ink that is in the little grooves, that is what's going to transfer. Monotyping is done on a sheet of plexiglass, 1/8 inch typically, and you use, this is a Hanco, this is a very dirty can of a Hanco. This is a lithography ink. I will also oftentimes use a Gamblin etching ink for this. One of the more important things that you will need to add is a detacker. So if you're buying a Gamblin brand, it will say detacker. If you're getting the Hanco brand, this is what is called a set swell compound, and it is also an anti-tacker. So if you've ever used etching ink and it's very thick, heavy, and viscous, and you don't feel like all of it's going to transfer, you put a little bit of the set swell compound into the ink, mix it up, and then that is what's going to help you when you're trying to relieve a print. So monotype printmaking, you only get one print, hence mono. If you run the print through again, you'll get what is known as a ghost print. A lot of the times ghost prints can be just as fun and cool as, sometimes even cooler than the original image that you printed. So you will use various different tools. A lot of the times you will use Brayers. You can use a brayer for gradation. You can also use it just to ink a sheet. And you will ink a sheet of plexiglass. Now, if you're trying to get a really highly detailed image, you're going to want to use a press. Presses are very expensive. If you don't have a press in your house, which most of you won't, I would highly recommend going online and finding any sort of printmaking community in the area. I'm also an instructor at the Pratt Fine Arts Center in Seattle, Washington. So before I had a press, I was actually allowed to go into the studio of Pratt when no classes were going on and do monotype prints of my own. If you don't have anything near you, not all hope is lost. You can get what is called a hand baron. I don't have one with me, but it is a little curved on the bottom, like hockey puck. There's a soft cloth on the bottom, and it has a handle on the top of it. So you can create your image on your sheet of plexiglass, put the piece of paper down. I like to use the BFK Reeves, just printmaking paper. I have also used the Moleskin journal paper, and that for myself has worked really well, especially if you're trying to transfer the image by hand. If you're trying to transfer the image by hand, printmaking paper is a little too thick and it's very porous, so you're going to get less details. You can soak the paper. Some people will soak their paper for up to 15 minutes. I typically, when I'm doing a print, I will typically just dip it into water, take it out, dry the excess off, and then I will run my print. I'll make another video about that though later on. But yeah, so you create your image on the sheet of plexiglass. You then put your paper down on top of it, and you can use the hand baron, put as much force as you can without having the paper shift around to press your image, and whenever you pull the piece of paper off, your image will be transferred to the paper. I love monotyping because traditionally typically I'm a painter, right? But monotyping is fun because I can sit down, do something in a night, and then have a piece of art that I've created. So I'm going to be making some more videos on monotype printmaking, but I just wanted to go down to really the bare bone basics of what you will need to get started. Brayers are very essential. This is a Takach brayer. This is a very expensive brayer. You can get some speedball brayers to start off with for about $15 to $20. I would recommend using Q-tips. Get some paint brushes, or if you have some chewed up paint brushes that aren't really working for what you want to do with your painting, you can absolutely use those paint brushes for your monotype printmaking. I would highly recommend wearing gloves, and you can use your hands and create different things with all of that. So yeah, one second. So just for future videos, or what you can expect in the future, I'm going to show some monotype prints that I have done. And typically landscape or still life work is what I like to do with monotypes. But this is a monotype print that is of Tyler the Creator atop the table with a little fish head. Sometimes they do look like photo transfers. This is another monotype that I did of a landscape, of course. And then here is another monotype that I made of a landscape, just so you can get a better view of it. Here's a bird that I did. So this is all using brushes, brayers, and just various materials that I have around my home and that I use in the studio. This is also a colored monotype. So this is just a colored portrait that I did. But it is a monotype. And there's a ton of value in monotyping, and not too many people are doing it. So I'm making this video so I can help spread the word and help all of you out who are curious about what monotyping is, because it can be a very confusing thing. So if it's something that you're interested in, please like the video, please comment, please subscribe, comment below, let me know you're listening, because you know, if you are, I really want to help. So yeah, thank you, and I'll catch you next time.